What's going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is a full review of the Sony PS4, also known as the PlayStation 4, the official name. So let's get started. So in this review, I'm going to give you guys the specs of the PS4 as well as showing you guys the design of the PS4, letting you guys know what my thoughts are on the design as well as the OS, and then graphics performance wise. So just sit back and listen to the specs as well as taking a look at the design of the PS4. The PS4 has a single chip custom processor with a Jaguar 8-core CPU as well as a GPU of 1.84T flops AMD Radeon and graphics core next engine. This also has 8GB of GDDR5 memory, and this has USB 3.0 and with Ethernet, Bluetooth 2.1 as well as HDMI and digital output. So just by looking at the design of the PS4, as you can see, Sony has completely redesigned it compared to the PS4. This has a very nice parallelogram shape on the side, whereas the PS3 has been known to have a curved design. And as you can see, this just adds like a new look to the PlayStation market, as well as a glossy finish on the side. So you can see the PS4 design looks very nice, very stylish, and it's definitely a new design. Of course, looking at the back, you have the power plug for your power cord, you got a optical audio port, you got a HDMI port, an Ethernet port, as well as an auxiliary port. And also, you have a warranty sticker right there where people were saying the hard drive is swappable, but the thing is, the hard drive is actually built in. Some people were saying you can put in an SSD hard drive in there, which is great, but the thing is, you shouldn't be doing that. And if you did and you have warranty, once you peel off that seal, your warranty is voided, which means you're done. And then I don't know if Sony's going to help you from there, and whenever you got a problem in the future. Comparing the operating system of the PS4 to the PS3 and also the PSP, because the PSP and the PS3 had a similar operating system for the user interface, it's definitely new. It's definitely completely redesigned, and I love the new user interface for the PS4. The PS3 and the PSP was actually not a problem to me. I actually like the operating system of those two systems. But then once I saw the PS4, now I'm looking at the PS3 and the PSP again, and it's great. It looks great, looks good, but it just looks like a mess because when you get into a certain setting or a certain icon, whatever you guys want to call it, you will just get a list right there in front of your face on the XMB menu for the PS3, whereas the PS4, it's all covered, and if you want to see those list of options, all you have to do is push the X button and just select the setting or the option you want to go into, as well as any app, and then just see all your options from there. As far as graphics are concerned on the PlayStation 4, there's no concern so far since that time I used it and played a game on it. I feel like the graphics look very similar to the Xbox 360 graphics. Now, I never owned a PS3 before, so I have no idea what the graphics are like on the PS3, but from what I've heard, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are similar in terms of graphics, so all I can say is this is probably similar to the graphics on the PS3, possibly a little bit better. What I do remember is one of my relatives had a PS2, and there was a certain game that I liked that I had on a GameCube, and now my original Xbox, and he also had it on a PS2. That game played awful on the PS2, and it looks like Sony has definitely improved as they kept progressing into the new consoles they're making with the PS3 and the PS4. They're learning from all mistakes, and since the PS3, Sony has learned a lot and tried to eliminate almost all of those errors on the PS4, so that way it doesn't have any problems. Performance-wise, I have no problems whatsoever. Speeds are fast. I actually tried using the internet browser on here, and the internet browser network speeds are fast. Although the one thing that I think this thing needs to improve on is the shutdown speed or the shutdown time, because when you push the power sensor, I don't call it a power button because these are touch sensitive buttons, so I just say power sensor. For those of you guys that are wondering, on a little side note, I don't know why, but I feel like the shutdown time is a little bit slower than it should be, because once you push the power sensor, then it should turn off just like that. Just like my Xbox 360, even the very old Xbox 360, not even the Xbox 360 Slim or the Xbox 360e. And here's why I'm saying this, because when I touch the power sensor, I feel like the thing just prepared to shut off. And on my TV, the screen would go blank. But the white light on the PS4, because there's a strip right here, which is actually the LED light, if it's still white, that means it's on. And once I push the power sensor, it'll like get ready to turn itself off, but it won't turn off completely right away. You usually have to give it a few seconds. I would say maybe 5 seconds, and or maybe a little bit more than that, so that way the thing can just power off. So far that's my only complaint about the PS4. Can that be fixed in the software update? I don't know. Maybe they can't fix that with this hardware, but maybe they'll improve on that when they release, I don't know, a PS4 Slim or a PS4 Ultra Slim, because they've done that in the past. I think with the PS1, I don't know, I never saw the Slim models at the PS1. I saw the Slim models at the PS2, and they also had another model for the PS2 that was like an Ultra Slim design. Same thing with the PS3, there was, well, as people like to refer to it, the PS3 Fat with a PH at the beginning instead of the F. I don't know why people came up with that. As well as the PS2 Slim, and then, as well as the PS3 Slim, and then there was a PS3 Ultra Slim, so they're probably going to make a Slim model of the PS4 pretty soon, or not pretty soon, eventually. But I do like the way the PS4 looks, as well as the feel of it. It feels nice. Yeah, it's made out of plastic, but hey, plastic makes it lightweight versus metal, right? Because metal is heavier, and some people are actually saying this is actually smaller and thinner than the Ultra Slim PS3. I'm not too sure about that, but I don't know too much about the Ultra Slim PS3. So far, I'm impressed with the PS4. I've had the PS1, I've never owned the PS2 or the PS3, and then I got the PS4 right here. Well, this is not mine, this is actually a relative of mine. But overall, I'm very impressed. Even though I just played one game, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, this thing performs very well. Again, shutdown speeds could be a little bit faster, as well as maybe boot up speed, but other than that, I have no complaints whatsoever. On a 1 to 5 scale, I give this a 4.5. The only reason why it lost that 0.5 is because of the shutdown speed. That's the only thing that I'm knocking this thing for. So, as far as any problems, some people are actually having problems with the PS4, such as like, I don't know, a red light showing on the strip right here, and then the console shut down. I saw a YouTuber make a video saying that something's wrong with the HDMI port on his PS4, where like it won't even connect to his TV. Have I had any problems with this particular model? No. The only issue I had was like when I first boot up the console, I read something where they require to be updated once you turn it on for the first time, and I did, and then it shut down by itself, and then like boot itself back up after the update, and then it was saying it didn't shut down properly, so I had to apply the update. But other than that, that was just a minor issue. I didn't have anything major, such as like the red light, because the PS3 was known to have the yellow light of death. Same thing with the Xbox 360, except it was the red eye or the red ring of death. And the Xbox 360 Slim was the same thing, except it just changed into a little dot. So, do I recommend that you guys upgrade from the PS3 to the PS4? Well, here's the thing. Right now, the PS4 was just released about a week ago, the day this video is being recorded. And right now, you probably don't have to upgrade, and this thing will cost you $400 for you to buy it, because here's the reason why you don't want to upgrade right now, or maybe you might want to, because right now there aren't too many games released for it, unless if there's something you like. For example, my relative, he liked Assassin's Creed and he wanted to get Watch Dogs, but that wasn't coming out until 2014. So he get Assassin's Creed for now, and he just got this because he wanted. There's like other titles he wants to get that are only on PlayStation, so he wouldn't be able to play those titles if he got an Xbox. So he decided to get the PS4. So whether you like it or not, it'll just depend on your taste of games. But for me, I want to recommend PS3 owners to upgrade to the PS4 right now, because right now games that are being released are for both the PS4 and the PS3. Same thing with the Xbox. Call of Duty Ghosts, for example. Call of Duty Ghosts is available on the Xbox 360 as well as the PS3, and then you can get Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One, which isn't out yet, but it'll be coming this Friday on November 22nd. Okay, my calendar right there. As well as the PS4. And if you have the PS3 version right now, I think this is just a limited offer only. You can upgrade to the PS4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts for just $10. I thought that you can actually get the game on here for $10, but no, my relative was saying, no, that's only if you have the PS3 version, and I was like, darn. But overall, it's a great console. I recommend you guys buy it, although if you have a PS3 right now, I suggest you wait until they stop making games for the PS3, then go ahead and get yourself a PS4, and hopefully you can find it at a much cheaper price than what Sony is selling it for right now, which is $400. But hey, you know, they always sell it to their customers at full retail price, and then as the years goes on, then they'll start dropping the price. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think about the PS4? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you agree with me, or do you disagree with me on some parts? Go ahead and leave a comment down below explaining why logically. I appreciate that. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys take care and have a good game.